Hello guys and welcome to Football Fandom UK. How's it going? So we're here for a special match watch along tonight as we see the CONCACAF final. Canada taking on the USA in the CONCACAF Nations League. So you guys just joining us, please do hit that like button, drop your comments in the chat. Be absolutely fantastic to hear from you guys. Staying up late tonight here in the UK to stream this for you guys over there in America and Canada and anyone else around the world that is interested in this fixture. So, yeah, we're just getting the teams lining up, guys, as we wait for kickoff. Love to know you guys thinking with regards to how this game is going to pan out. Please do drop your comments in the chat and any score predictions you guys have. Please get them in early. It would be fantastic to hear from you. So, as I say, guys, we're just waiting for the teams to line up. As you can see, Canada going with 3 at the back, 4 in midfield, 3 up front, and the US going with 4 at the back, a 5-man midfield with 1 up front. So we will see how this game goes as the team's just about to line up, guys. Stevie with us. How's it going, Stevie? Thank you very much, mate, for making yourself available tonight. Much appreciated. Stevie saying hi, Gaz. Thank you very much, Stevie. Good to hear from you, mate. Hope you've had a good day. So we're just waiting for the US to get us underway, guys. And there we go. We're underway as the US chips the ball forward into the Canada half of the field. Canada head it out to this near side, and it's straight out for a throw-in just inside the US half of the field. So the US with a throw-in on this near side as they now play the ball into the centre of the park and work the ball out to that far side of the pitch. Just knocking it about at the moment. Inside their own half of the field as Canada try to press from the front, and the ball goes out on this near side for a throw-in to Canada. Stevie saying, no worries, mate. Nothing rooting for Canada in this one. Okay, Stevie, no worries, mate. Yeah, going to be opportunity for Canada to get their hands on some silverware as the throw-in is thrown down this near side. And both teams challenging for it now as the ball's played into the middle of the park, and now Canada win possession, working the ball out to that far side under pressure from the US, but managing to keep possession under pressure as Canada forced to pass it all the way back to their goalkeeper as the US press from the front. And now Canada with a long ball out to this near side as the ball goes out of play. And Joey's with us. How's it going, Joey? Joey saying hi, Gaz and Stevie. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Good to see you, Joey. I wasn't sure if you'd be up this late, mate, but good to have you with us, mate. Always a pleasure to have you involved, Joey. Always a pleasure, mate. But yeah, I wasn't sure if you'd be up as late as this. So the US in possession on this near side as they play the ball across the field out to that far side, and now they come forward with Canada pressing the ball well. So, yeah, if you guys are wondering, we are streaming to you for this game over here in the UK. So it's actually quite late here in the UK, 2 o'clock in the morning, as I know it's daytime over there in the US. So, America now just knocking the ball about inside their own half as Canada press the ball and US forced to pass it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long down the middle as both teams challenging for possession. And now the US comes away with it, coming towards the edge of the box as they now get a shot on goal. Goalkeeper saves it and just stops it from going out of play. So Joey saying same here, Stevie. So you guys rooting for Canada in this one? Well, I'm going to do my best to be neutral as this one. Obviously, being the host of the channel, I'll do my best to be neutral. But yeah, Stevie and Joey rooting for Canada in this one. As the ball kicked long up the field, Canada pick up the possession. And now Canada knocking the ball out to that far side as they come forward now towards the edge of the US box. And US managing just to nick the ball there as they kick it out on that far side for a throw into Canada about 8 yards from the corner flag. So throwing taken quickly by Canada as the US challenging for the ball on that far side, and it goes out of play again for another throw into Canada. So thanks, Joey. Joey also saying off work this week coming. So no early nights for me, laugh out loud. Okay, fair enough, mate. Yeah, I've got to start trying to pull my sleeping pattern back after tonight to get back in day mode here in the UK because I have been in night mode for the last few days with all these games coming at us. So I've got the difficult challenge tomorrow of trying to start winding my sleeping pattern back to a daytime rhythm, ready for work again. I'll be out working tomorrow, but not an early start, luckily. Otherwise, if I did have an early start, I wouldn't be able to stay up for this one. So we've got 2 balls on the pitch at the moment as we just had the ball kicked out of play. So we've got a corner to Canada on that far side of the pitch as they take it short. And now a cross comes into the box as the US managed to knock it away at the near post as it's just been challenged for by both teams on that far side as Canada managed to win it and knock it all the way back to the goalkeeper. As the goalkeeper kicks it long up out to that far side, and the US pick up possession, knocking it back to their keeper as they now build again from the back, coming down this near side, but Canada have knocked the ball out of play. Joey's saying, interested who wins this. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting game, isn't it, Joey? Obviously, we know Canada and US border each other, so I see this game over there in the US as similar to probably England playing France or something like that. So yeah, let's hope it's going to be an interesting game, Joey. Ball chipped into the centre of the park as the US come away with it now up to the halfway line as they come racing into the Canadian half of the field, and on that far side as they now make their way to the box, cross comes in and it's deflected behind, and I think that will be a corner to the US on the far side. I think the last touch came off a Canadian player. Yeah, corner on the far side to the US. So thanks, Joey. William Pike, welcome to the show, mate. How's it going? William Pike saying, geez, bloody hell, Gaz, fair play for being live this early in the morning. Thank you very much, William Pike. Yeah, just trying to keep up the grind. Obviously, as you know, guys know, we're trying to stay focused on UK football. But as you guys know, we are in the process of building the channel, wanting to push forward and get on with the next phase of building the Fandom project. So we're still working on the first phase at the minute. So that's why, obviously, it's worth me trying to stay up late and do games like this so we can hopefully find fans in Canada and America that might be interested in the Fandom project. But yeah, surprised to see you also this late, Will. But thank you very much for that, mate. Welcome to the show. So we just had a shot from outside the box for the US, but it's gone wide of that far side post. Good effort, but way off target. So goal kick now for Canada. So thanks for that, William Pike. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you've had a good weekend. So Canada play out to this near side as they now push up the field, now come racing forward into the US half of the field as they come into the box. Shot on goal, but goalkeeper saves that quite comfortably. But 8 minutes in, guys, and we've already had a few attempts on goal. So let's hope that's a sign of goals to come. So Joey's saying, in it, William. Thanks, guys. Like I said, just kind of keep up the momentum. I want to get us to that next phase of the Fandom project sooner rather than later. So obviously trying to just grind it out with as many games as possible to just help us reach that first target that we need for YouTube, and then we can move forward with the next target. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But loving the support from you guys. Really do appreciate it. Canada now with a possession on this near side, and plus, guys, we're also interested in this fixture as well because obviously Canada and the US quite intense rivals in sport over there in North America. So yeah, so thanks, Joey. And William Pike saying, yeah, good, cheers, Gaz. You, mate. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for asking. Nice of you to ask, William. Thank you, mate. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm good. And it's good to hear that you're doing well as well, mate. So thank you very much for that, William Pike. Nice of you to ask, mate. Top man. So US in possession now, midway inside their own half as they play the ball across the field and out to that opposite side as Canada push players forward to defend from the front. And the US seem quite content at the moment to just knock the ball about in their own half, but now play a long ball forward up to the edge of the Canadian box as Pulisic pushed out to that far side, and now Canada getting bodies back behind the ball, but America crossing the ball into the box from that far side as Canada just doing enough to keep it out, and now Canada on the attack on that far side, but they just didn't manage to keep the ball in play as it goes out for a throw-in to the US just inside the Canada half of the field. That was a good cross into the box. Canada just doing enough to put the US off as Canada now regain possession, but give it away cheaply on that far side as the US now coming forward into the Canadian box. Cross comes in and it's headed behind by the Canadian defender there as that will now definitely be a corner for the US on the far side of the pitch. Keep having two balls on the pitch, which is strange. Need a bit of better communication with the ball, boys. Corner comes in. It's deep, headed towards goal. It's goal! It's in the back of the net, right under the arm of the goalkeeper. Right under the arm of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper dived the right way, but from obviously I'd see it in a minute on the replay, but it definitely looked like the ball just tucked underneath the arm of the goalkeeper and went into the back of the net. So 11 and a half minutes in, and it's Canada 0, USA 1. Yeah, just underneath. Looks difficult to see on the replay, but it looks like it just went underneath the goalkeeper's arm. He went the right way. Yep. I don't know how he got that wrong because he went the right way and just couldn't get a hand to it. This angle might show us. Yeah, the ball right underneath his arm. Right underneath his arm. So the US score the first goal of the game as Canada now come forward on that far side, but the US challenging for the ball as it goes out of play. So the referee just having words with some of the players at the moment in the middle of the park. So Canada get us back underway as they knock the ball towards back towards their box. Now play the ball out to this near side as they kick the ball long up into the US half of the field, coming back inside as they now get the ball in behind and just got away from him there on this near side as he was just put off a little bit by the US defender, and that goes behind for a goal kick to the USA. So goal kick now by the US as they try to play out from the back. Just knocking the ball about at the moment in their own half of the field as they eventually work it out to that far side, coming forward. Long ball up towards the Canadian box on that far side as Canada win the possession. Now playing it back to their defensive line and all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long up to the halfway line as the US intercept the ball, and now they're back in possession. And so just knocking it about at the moment as they are forced back all the way back to their goalkeeper as Canada press the ball from the front. Now the US on this near side with the possession. Crunching challenge coming in there in the centre. As the referee, no hesitation, getting out the yellow card. I heard that proper crunch actually then, guys. So fingers crossed that US player there is going to be okay. But definitely heard the crunch of that challenge. So we've got a free kick now for the US. Bang, slap in the middle, just in front of the centre circle in the middle of the pitch, but in the Canadian half of the field. Literally bang in front of the centre circle. Ball chipped forward as the US try to win the possession on this near side, but it goes straight out of play, and that will be a goal kick to Canada. So, yeah, the right idea there by the US, but the ball just got away from them as the Canadian defender. They're doing enough to to put off the US attacking player there. Canada now with a possession at the back as they play the ball out to that far side. Now coming forward up towards the halfway line as they chip the ball long up into the US half of the field. And the US intercept it, passing it all the way back to the goalkeeper as the goalkeeper kicks it out of the box, but it's headed out to that far side by the Canadian forward and goes out for a throw-in as it takes a deflection off the US player on the way out. And that will be a throw-in to Canada just inside the US half of the field on the far side of the pitch. So US now regain possession as they chip it forward, but now Canada win it. Canada now pass the ball back into their own half as they work across that halfway line and now out to this near side, coming forward into the US half of the field. As US pressing from the front quite well. Canada switched the ball out to that opposite side of the field before coming back into the centre. As now they come forward, knocking the ball out to that far side, coming towards the edge of the box and across, but it's a poor one, way too high, and it goes behind for a goal kick to the US. And Stevie is saying, please hit the like button and follow. Thank you, Stevie, top man. Thank you. Yes, guys, please do it that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you nothing, and it does help. And consider subscribing if you're new. Would be appreciated. Give the channel a chance, at least see what it's, if you like it. Ball kicked long now by the goalkeeper. Out to that far side as Canada eventually acquire possession, heading it back to the goalkeeper. Now the goalkeeper plays the ball out to the Canadian defence as they work the ball out to this near side, and it's deflected off a US player and goes out for another throw into Canada midway inside their own half of the field. As they play it back to the goalkeeper again. And now the goalkeeper switches the play out to that far side of the field as Canada now try to push forward. It's US with bodies pushed up as Canada now play a ball long out to this near side. And again, just a bit too much on that ball as it goes behind and out of play. And that will be a goal kick to the US. So US now playing out from the back, or trying to, as they play the ball out to that far side, but it's ricochets off a Canadian player and goes out for a throw-in. US take the throw-in quickly as they lose the possession on that far side, but Canada try to come forward but give the ball away again as the US kick it long up the field and it goes out of play on that far side for another throw-in. Canada take the throw-in quickly just inside the US half of the field. As Canada now just playing the ball forward, but coming back. So now they switch the play out to that far side again. Goes out for a throw-in now on the far side, midway inside the US half of the field. US try kicking it long on that far side, but it's cut out by Canada, and now Canada with the play across the field as a challenge comes in from the US, and that will be a free kick. So free kick for Canada just inside the US half of the field, about 5 yards from the halfway line on the edge of the centre circle. Taken quickly as Canada take it short, knocking it about, and now playing it forward down this near side, but intercepted by the US before we eventually end up with another foul on this near side. So the US get us back underway as they pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long up into the Canadian half of the field. As the ball's challenged for on that far side by Canada. They kick it long up the field and it's headed out of play, or almost headed out of play on that far side as Canada just managed to keep it in. And now they're just playing it about in their own half of the field as they try to come forward now, working the ball out to this near side, but the US pressing the ball quite well, but Canada chipping the ball over the top as it's eventually deflected out on this near side, and that will be a US throw-in midway inside their own half of the field. So cheers, Stevie. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, guys, having to watch this tonight on a Spanish channel. The only channel I could find that was actually giving coverage of it. So, yeah, watching it on a Spanish channel. I might start learning a bit of Spanish tonight listening to this. As I know one bit of Spanish anyway. Ondale, ondale, ondale. What do I remember that off now? Cartoon when I was a kid. I can't remember now. Riba, riba, ondale. Ball chipped forward by Canada up to the US box, but intercepted by the goalkeeper as he throws it long. And Joey's laughing at that. I know, laugh out loud, guys. I know. I'm trying to remember what cartoon I remember that from when I was a kid. There's something Spanish cartoon I remember as a kid. I can't remember. Oh, what was it now? I'd have to look it up, but I know I'm remembering that from a cartoon when I was a kid. But yeah, that's about the only Spanish I know, I think. Canada now with the ball at the back as they play it out to that far side. Yeah, that's it. Roadrunner, yeah. Joey's saying Probs Roadrunner or something like that. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Roadrunner with his speedy legs. Yeah, I remember. Canada going down this side of the near side of the pitch, getting a shot off, but it hits the side netting. Come on, Canada, on delay. So goal kick now for the US. But yeah, I think that was it, Joe. I think it was. I think it is that what I'm remembering it off road. Is that what it was called? Roadrunner. I seem to remember it. Something like that. Was it a Mexican mouse or something like that? I can't remember yet, but I think that definitely sounds familiar. I'm gonna YouTube it later, Roadrunner, and see if that's what I'm remembering it from. So we've got a foul in the centre of the pitch at the moment, guys. Stoppage for the foul as the referee just having a word with one of the American players. There was nothing in that. They both jumped for the ball. He just jumped higher. So ball goes out for a goal kick to the US after that free kick. Poor effort with that free kick. So ball kicked long by the goalkeeper up into the Canadian half of the field. As Canada pick up the possession on that far side and fouled straight away as Canadian player Davis has gone down on the pitch. So yeah, guys. So yeah, one of the players you guys were mentioning before is playing for the US tonight. I didn't actually know this, but yeah, I think it was, I can't remember, it was Billy earlier that mentioned about a player that was eligible for the US and the UK, and he's actually in the lineup tonight for the US. It's the US forward player number 20, who is called following Bologne. Bologon. I think that's the player that Billy was mentioning earlier. I think if I'm remembering the name correctly. Anyway, obviously I'm not great with names, guys. But yeah, Billy. I'm sure it was Billy. Let me double check. Ball just been knocked out of players. The Canadian and American player challenged for the ball, and now we've got a US player down on the pitch. So, yeah, just waiting. We've just got a stoppage at the minute, guys, with one of the US players receiving treatment. So as soon as we know what's happening with that, I'll let you know, guys. But just a stoppage in play at the moment as he gets some medical assistance. Players taking full advantage of the breaking play as they go over to the bench for tips and advice off the coach. So, yeah, it's just getting... just getting treatment off the medical staff. Yeah, so that's the player. Just checking there. It was actually Ben earlier that told us about that player. So, yeah, it's the... I've just checked it now. It's the US player, number 20, following Balogun. Following Balogun, the US player there, number 20, the forward player that was apparently eligible for both the US and England. So I didn't know. I don't know if you guys knew about that, but I didn't know it until Ben had mentioned it earlier. But yeah, can't really blame him, to be fair, for picking the US, as he's probably going to get a lot more game time for the US than he would if he played for England, because obviously England got a lot of talented forward players. And I'm not saying the lad isn't talented. I'm not saying that at all. He could be a top player. I don't know an awful lot about him, to be honest. But like I say, he's going to get more game time for the US because he probably struggled to get in the England team when we've got the likes of Harry Kane, Rashford. The list goes on. We've got literally strikers queuing up to get in the team. So yeah, as I say, wish him well for the US. Can understand Ben's frustration, but you can't blame a player for going to another country if he's got that option, especially knowing that he's probably going to get more opportunities to play. So the US at the minute on the attack down this near side as they come forward now, looking to get a cross into the box. Tempted cross, but it's blocked off by Canada and knocked out of play. And that will be a corner to the US on this near side. So, yeah, Joe, I'll come to your comment in a minute, mate. Just let's see what's happening with this corner, because I start reading out your message there. The corner's about to be taken. Corner taken short. As now cross comes in. It's deep. As Canada pick it up on that far side. And now play it up the field. And now the US player challenges to win it and goes down. And that will be a foul. Just inside the Canadian half of the field, out on that far side. So, yeah, Joey saying, Balogun could have played for England as he loved to London when he was 2. Apparently, he could also have represented Nigeria. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joey. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, very informative. Yeah, it's very rare, isn't it, that a player is eligible for 3 different countries. I can understand 2 normally because you can have a parent from 2 different countries, but 3, that's very unusual. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. So we've got a goal kick now for Canada as they take it short. choosing to play out from the back. Oh, the goalkeeper living dangerously there as Bolligan actually just challenged the referee. So the goalkeeper in possession. Ball kicked long up into the US half of the field as players challenge for it there, and the referee has blown for a foul. So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey. Interesting, mate. Thank you. Joey also saying, I didn't know till Ben said earlier. Then I looked it up. Okay, thanks, Joey. Yeah, I did. To be honest, I didn't know. I'd never come across the lad before, to be honest. But, yeah, always good. That's how you start to remember players' names, learning bits and bobs and stuff about like that, because it starts to help them stick in your memory. And the US are getting in the goal, and they've scored. Belong. We're just talking about him, and he's just slammed the ball in the back of the net. What a goal from the US. Such quick play there. And in behind that Canadian defence in a matter of seconds. But yeah, ball played down the centre as it was put on a plate for him there. Goalkeeper was on the right side of the box, but just couldn't get down low enough to get it. In fact, it was like a bullet into the back of the net, the goal. So goalkeeper just couldn't get a hand to that. And that gives the USA a 2-0 lead. Soccer Edits, welcome to the show, mate. Welcome to Football Van Day. Good to see you, mate. How are you doing? Soccer Edits saying, go Canada. Okay, thanks, mate. Well, good to quite a few of you guys wanting Canada to win tonight. It would be nice to see them give a good account of themselves, but they're struggling at the moment to get any kind of possession up in the US half of the field. But yeah, Soccer Edits, thank you for that, mate, and welcome to the show. Interesting to see quite a few of you guys wanting to see Canada win. I don't think Canada's actually won any silverware in international football, or soccer as they call it over there. So this would have been, I think this would be Canada's first opportunity to win some silverware. Ball out to that far side as Canada now come racing into the US box. US defenders making life difficult for Canada on that far side, but Canada have managed to beat the press, crossing the ball into the box, but it's headed away as Canada now pick it up on the edge of the box, getting the shot off, and it's a good shot, but the goalkeeper equally makes a good save, and that will relieve the pressure for the US. But Canada trying to respond quickly to that goal, that second goal being conceded. So, yeah, thanks for that, Soccer Edits. Good to see you, mate. Hope you've had a good weekend. And thank you for dropping in. Joey saying, oh, no. Oh, no, the goal. Yeah, Canada conceding the goal. You know how it is, Joey. Football is ruthless, mate. Ruthless. Ball kicked long up the field. As the US tried to run onto it, Canada managed to intercept it just on the edge of their box as they play it back to the goalkeeper. And now Canada play out from the back as they work the ball forward up towards the halfway line, down the centre of the field. Now playing it out to that far side before coming back in to the centre of the pitch and then playing it back out to that far side as the US got plenty of bodies back behind the ball. Canada trying to work through that that mound of bodies on the edge of the box, but eventually the US cut out possession as they try to play the ball back up the other end of the field, but eventually it's intercepted by Canada, who kick it long, goes back to the US goalkeeper, and the US goalkeeper kicks it long up the other end of the field, and it's gone straight to the Canadian goalkeeper. Canada now coming into the box with a shot. Goalkeeper saves it. Cross comes in as it's knocked away and out to that far side. And that goes out for a throw into Canada. Sorry, Joey. Joey's saying Canada got a lot of work to do now. They certainly have, Joey. Yeah, but they're trying. They're trying at the moment to pull a goal back. But US intercept the possession on that far side as they now come forward, racing into the Canadian half of the field. But Canada defender manages to get to that ball first, knocking it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper now plays the ball forward as Canada now chip the ball forward up the field, but it goes straight to the US goalkeeper. Now US trying to play out from the back. It's now the US working the ball out to this near side, but Canada challenging for it as it goes out of play on this near side, and that's a throw-in to the US midway inside their own half as Pulisic comes to take it, but then hands the ball to one of his teammates, presumably so he can push up the field. As now the US comes charging forward on this near side as they lose the ball in the box. Just Canada managed to get a challenge in and win it back, and now Canada trying to get some possession as they come forward now up into the US half of the field, down the middle of the pitch as they get the ball in behind, but the US defender there just chucks himself in front of that ball and goes to ground, and that is awarded as a foul. I think that was a little bit sly there from the US with that defending there, but players do learn these little tricks on how to try and just get an advantage when it's necessary, when you're up against it. So Joey's saying just looked at Bulligan stats. He played 37, got 21 goals, 2 assists. Who did he play for, Joey? Who's he been playing for? So, yeah, thanks for that, Joey. That's good info, mate. Thanks for that, mate. Canada now coming forward into the US box as the US just managing to win it back. And now they play out on that far side as they try to come forward up to the halfway line, but challenged by Canada. But they managed to play through that press, and now Canada coming forward. The US coming forward on that far side as Canada challenged for the ball. And now we've got a foul just outside the US box. Yeah, it's Pulisic that's gone to ground there. So free kick for the US on that far side of the pitch, guys. It's about just short of 30 yards from goal. Pulisic standing over it as we're on 42 minutes played, guys. Still Canada 0, USA 2. Oh, Pulisic with a shot, and the goalkeeper just managed to get a hand to that to knock it wide of this near side post. Beautiful save, to be fair, from the goalkeeper. It wasn't actually Pulisic that kicked it. He actually kicked it, past it, gave a sideways pass to a teammate who actually kicked it long. So corner now for the US, comes in deep as the US end up heading it behind, and that will be a goal kick to Canada. Joey saying, he's only 21. I think there's a lot more to come from him. Absolutely, yeah, definitely. Well said, Joey. Definitely, young lad that age, 21. He's got plenty to come, hasn't he? Yeah, mate, definitely. Joey also saying Rennes in League One. That right. So that's why I wouldn't have heard much of him then. That's probably why. In fact, that will be why I don't know, because I don't really follow French football. But yeah, thanks for that, Joey. That's a great bit of info. Top man, thank you. But yeah, that's why. That's if he's playing in France, that would certainly explain why I've never heard of him. Because I don't really. I mean, no offense to the French, and you know, I know they're passionate about football, just like we are in the UK. But let's be honest, guys, the French league is pretty poor. It really is, dominated by one oil club, and the rest of the teams don't achieve an awful lot. It used to be a good league when I was younger, but I don't know. Maybe the money in football has just meant that it's just fell behind a bit. Still some good players in France, but as a league, I wouldn't say it's the most exciting one in Europe. So now Canada playing out from the back as they play the ball out to this near side. Now coming forward into the Canadian half of the field, knocking the ball forward up towards the edge of the US box as the US pick up the possession now as they try to play it up the field. Now we've got a collision of two players on this near side, and the referee blows the whistle to stop the play. So yeah, both a US and Canadian player down in front of the box, in front of the dugout, should I say, on this near side of the pitch. Hopefully they're going to be okay. The US player just receiving treatment off the medical staff. And the Canadian player equally receiving treatment as well. 3 minutes added on, guys, at the end of this first half. So 3 minutes added on time as both players back to their feet, just about. Nope, the US player actually still struggling with his leg at the moment. Don't forget, guys, if you please could hit that like button, would be appreciated. It doesn't cost you nothing, and it just says that you're appreciative to the fact that I'm making the effort to do the stream proper late here in the UK, guys, as it's about close to 3 o'clock in the morning here in the UK. But we are here to give respect and consideration to the CONCACAF Nations League final. You guys just as passionate about sports over there in North America as we are here in the UK. As the ball played long down this near side, Canada intercepting it as they knock it out of play on this near side. There is one or two players in these teams, especially in this US team, that look familiar, like I've seen them play for another team. Canada now clear the ball up the field as the US head it out to that far side, but Canada have intercepted it now as they come racing towards the edge of the Canadian box, playing the ball forward as it takes a deflection off a US defender and goes out for a corner on the far side of the pitch for Canada. So come on, Canada. Underlay. Arriba. Corner comes in towards the near post as the US pick it up and now play it out to this near side as Pulisic just managing to keep it in. And now Pulisic chasing towards the Canadian box as he was fouled on this near side. And the referee has booked Laria, the Canadian player. Oh, come on, Pulisic. You're better than that. He's cheated. He's cheated. Oh, my God. Pulisic, you played for Chelsea, for crying out loud. You shouldn't be cheating like that. He's twisted his ankle and he's done it to himself and gone over on the pitch. But the Canadian player has still got a red card and he made no contact with him. Absolutely no contact. So Pulisic guilty of diving there. And not well, he's twisted his ankle as he's gone over, so I can't really say he's guilty of diving, but he could have equally just jumped up and told the referee that the Canadian player made no contact. That's good sportsmanship. Instead, he kept his mouth shut. He's allowed the Canadian player to be booked for a challenge that he didn't make. Poor sportsmanship from Pulisic. Cross comes in from the free kick as the US head it on, and now Canada managing to clear it out to the edge of the box. And so both teams challenging for it now, and the referee blows the whistle. I'm not sure what for. But yeah, the referee blowing the whistle. There you go, he's blowing the whistle for full time. But yeah, really disappointing to see that with Pulisic. Apologies to you US fans if you don't like me criticising him. That's fair enough. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect your opinion, but at least respect my opinion, guys, because I believe when it comes to football and sport, I believe in being very honest. That's my personality. And I'm sorry, but Pulisic, really poor there to get the Canadian player booked for a foul that he didn't make. I believe in, if you're going to win honestly. Win in a way where there can never be any accusations of cheating, because then you've won fair and square. As soon as anybody can chuck the accusation of cheating, then you haven't won fair and square, have you? Because there's questionable things that have been done in the game that mean that you haven't won it honourably. So really disappointing to see that final challenge there. I've got to be honest, it wasn't Pulisic's fault. He twisted his ankle as he's gone over, so I can't blame him for going to ground. Totally understandable that he's going to go to ground when he twists his ankle like that, but to get another player booked for a challenge that they didn't make is a bit poor. Bad sportsmanship, if you ask me. But that's just my opinion, guys. You don't have to agree with me. But you're entitled to your own opinion. I might not agree with you, but I would respect your opinion, even if I didn't agree with it. Joey is saying, completely agree, Gaz. Thank you, Joey. Yeah, it just riled me up a bit, mate. It riled me up because I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I want to see honest play, honourable play, good sportsmanship. If I was to beat somebody in boxing or play somebody at boxing, tennis, anything like that, I would want to beat them fair and square. I would not want somebody to turn around and go, oh, the referee was on your side, or you took a dive, or you did that. I would want people to respect that I won honestly, fair and square. And I don't understand why these modern day players don't look at it the same, because at the end of the day, you can win as medals as you want, but when you retire, are you going to look at some of those medals and say, well, do you know what, actually, I don't feel like I won this one honourably. You're not going to enjoy it as much, are you? You want to enjoy those medals that you're going to win when you retire, knowing that you won them with honour and with, respectful sportsmanship. But that's just my opinion, guys. As I say, you don't have to agree. But thank you, Joey. Yeah, great minds think alike, Joey, as I've said before, mate. But yeah, really disappointing. I think I'm disappointed in it more because I thought better of Pulisic. I've always considered him as a good player and an honourable player. But yeah, I'm disappointed to see that. I've got to be honest, it wasn't entirely his fault. I think from the referees, if anything, we could blame the referee for making a decision when he was way too far away. Yeah, we can pick faults, can't we, with the referees all day long, guys. But yeah, I do value sportsmanship, guys. I do. I value it a lot. I would hate my club, Bolton. My club being Bolton, I would hate them to win and anybody turn around and go, oh, the referee was on your side, or you cheated, or you got a penalty for something that you shouldn't have got a penalty for. I wouldn't want to win it fair and square. No questions asked. I would want to win so that they cannot chuck anything at you. If you win somebody with goals from open play, that is a better way to win to me than penalties and things like that. So, but like I said, I suppose it's just everybody's personal preference, I suppose. So, guys, let's quickly go to the match stats and see see how this game has gone in numbers in this first half. Just bear with me a second, guys, as I'm going to bring up the match stats so you guys can see them. And I will also read them out to you just in case you can't see them if you're watching on a phone or something or listening in on a phone. So just bear with me a second, guys. So halftime stats, here we go, guys. So at halftime, shots so far, 4 for Canada, 7 for the USA. Shots on target, 3 for Canada, 4 for the US. Possession, 58% for Canada, 42% for the USA. Passes, 218 for Canada, 157 for the USA. Pass accuracy, 77% for Canada, 65% for the US. Fouls, 12 for Canada, 7 for the US. Yellow cards, 2 for Canada, none for the US. No red cards, no offsides. Corners, 2 for Canada, 4 for the USA. Now, looking at those stats, guys, obviously, I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just chucking it out there for you guys to debate and give me your opinion. But those stats would give me the inkling that the referee is being a little bit influenced by home advantage to the US, with the fact that the Canadians already receiving 2 yellow cards when the US have received no yellow cards. And also, the amount of fouls is higher for the Canadians. Yes, obviously. But there's been equally some questionable fouls from the US team as well that they've got away with, if you ask me, watching this game. But the Canadians don't seem to have got away with any fouls that have been questionable, as they've got 2 players booked in that first half. So I'm not saying it's the case, guys. I'm just chucking it out there for debate. Do you think that those stats indicate a little bit of influence by the home fans influencing the referee? Let me know your thoughts, guys. Like I say, I'm not saying that is the case. I am just chucking it out there as a talking point for you guys to give your thoughts on. So, guys, just to let you know, we have more football coming tomorrow here in the UK. If you guys love football in the UK or Europe, then do consider subscribing, because we do cover a lot of UK football in all leagues, not just the Premier League. We cover Scottish football, we cover the Premier League, we cover English League One, League Two, and the Championship. I don't think there's many other YouTubers that cover as many leagues in one country as we do. But yeah, if that interests you guys, please do consider subscribing. So, guys, tomorrow, a list of games coming here in Europe. Tomorrow, we have France taking on Greece in the qualifiers for the European Championship. Republic of Ireland taking on Gibraltar. Ukraine taking on Malta. England taking on North Macedonia. Armenia playing Latvia. Turkey v Wales, Finland v San Marino, Northern Ireland v Kazakhstan, Slovenia v Denmark, Belarus v Kosovo, Israel v Andorra, and Switzerland v Romania. Also tomorrow, guys, there is international friendlies with Honduras taking on Barbados, Hong Kong, China playing Thailand, Indonesia playing Argentina, and Qatar playing New Zealand. So that's all the games tomorrow, guys. The game we will be covering tomorrow evening, more than likely, will probably be Turkey playing against Wales. Wales needing to get some points on the board, but a tough game for them tomorrow, playing away at Turkey. But hopefully they can possibly get something out of that game. But I think it is going to be a really, really tough ask. Turkey is one of the toughest places in Europe you can go to play football. Joey said, which one you doing, Gaz? Sorry, Joey. Yep, sorry, mate. As I said, probably be the game with Turkey v Wales. Obviously, England playing North Macedonia, but I would expect England to win that quite comfortably. Obviously, especially England playing at home. And the other game is Northern Ireland playing at home against Kazakhstan. But we did Northern Ireland on Friday, I think it was. We gave them some coverage, and it's not that I don't want to cover them again, but we got to try and give equal coverage where possible to the UK nation. So we're going to give Wales some attention tomorrow as they take on Turkey. But difficult ask, as I say, for them to go out there to Turkey and get a result. But fingers crossed they can do it. Yeah, they're trying to find a new identity now, Wales, as they've lost their talisman with Gareth Bale retiring. So yeah, Wales looking for a new identity and trying to bring players through their youth development. So yeah, what do you think of that, Joey? You think that's the right game to pick, mate? Wales v Turkey. Have all the UK nations playing tomorrow. We've got Wales, Turkey. We've got, as I say, we've got England playing North Macedonia, and we've got Northern Ireland taking on Kazakhstan. So yeah, you think that's the right choice, Joey? What's your thoughts, mate? So we're just waiting for the second half to get underway, guys. As players should be out on the pitch in a moment, and then we'll be able to get underway. But if you are new to the channel, guys, yes, we are a UK football channel, but we just love football here, guys, at Football Fandom. We just love football. I'm here in the UK, and it's 3 a.m. in the morning, but we're here giving coverage to you guys over there in the US with your big game with Canada and the US. You guys, great rivals in sport, in many, many different sports. But obviously here in the UK, we're big, massive football fans. And that is why we're giving you guys some coverage today. We want to help you guys find us, find what we're doing. And hopefully you guys love football as much as we do. And yeah, it'd be great to have you become part of the Fandom community if that sounds good to you. Joey's saying, yeah, mate, sounds good. England probs beat a boring game. You're right, absolutely right, Joey. Yep, that's why I thought it'd be better to go with the Wales game. Not that I don't want to watch England, but I do. I want to watch England when they're playing a half-decent team. We just know they're going to win that tomorrow more than likely. Jacob Seville, welcome to Football Fandom, Jacob. Great to have you with us, mate. Welcome to the show. Jacob put in a H, so I presume that means hi. How's it going, mate? Welcome to the show. Good to have you with us. And yeah, Jacob, please do let us know your thoughts on this game. Are you a Canadian fan? Are you a US fan? Or are you a neutral football fan? Are you a fan of another country, but you're interested in the game? Please do let us know, Jacob. But welcome to the show, mate. Pleasure to have you with us. And yeah, Thank you very much for dropping in, Jacob Seville. Good to see you, mate. Joey saying hi, Jacob. Top stuff. Joey and also Stevie as well saying hi. Top stuff, guys. Loving the positivity. Thank you very much for making the effort to welcome Jacob to the show. Awesome stuff from you guys. Absolutely top class. As I've said, guys, with guys like you guys in the chat and part of the fandom community, we're gonna do really well in the future once we find more positive fans like you guys that just enjoy being part of a positive fan community. It's really excites me for the future of the fandom project. Can't wait to find more top fans like you guys, especially you, Joey. Joey, you're amazing, mate. Absolutely top class guy. Cannot thank you enough for your support in the last few months, mate. It's been amazing. So what we're waiting for with this second half, we must have had over 15 minutes now. It's 15 minutes half-time break and we're still waiting. So yeah, the CONCACAF Gold Cup coming up soon as well, isn't it? So for you guys out there in the US and Canada, that's another big competition for you guys. So are we about to get underway with this second half? Let's hope so. Fingers crossed. Joey saying, enjoy tuning in, Gaz. Thank you very much, Joey. I absolutely cannot lie, mate. I love having you part of the chat. You're such a positive guy. And in the time that I've had to get to know you, mate, you seem like a real football lover. And yeah, I hope we do find more fans, even half like you, and we'll be heading in the right direction, mate. But yeah, absolutely always enjoy your company, Joey, when we do the match watch alongs. So thank you, mate. It doesn't, as I've said to you before, I don't take it for granted, especially knowing that you've got kids as well. Obviously, I know that they probably keep you busy in the majority of the time. But yeah, thank you, Joey. I always appreciate you coming getting involved, and I always look forward to your company in the chat as well, mate. I really do. So the players are back out on the pitch, guys, as we're about to get started for this second half. Canada to kick us off. Quite shocked how empty the stadium is tonight, guys. I expected more of a full stadium with this one, but it's actually not as full as you might think, unless it's maybe because it's a bad kickoff time for people working over there at the US. In the US, I'm not sure what time it is over there in the US actually right now. Let's have a quick look. All right, so we're putting it in now, guys. What time is it in Nevada? It is currently quarter past 7 in the evening over there in Nevada. So yeah, 7:15. So that means we are. Yep, that'd be about right. 8 hours. We're 8 hours ahead of them, aren't we? So yeah, ball out on this near side for Canada. So yeah, 7:15 in out there in the US in Nevada on the West Coast. It's the West Coast of America, in it, Nevada. So ball down this near side for Canada as they come towards the edge of the US box. And now Canada working it out to that far side as under pressure from the US as they play it back, but now keeping the pressure on. Ball switched out to this near side again now as Canada come back in the centre. Shot from distance, but the goalkeeper makes a comfortable save. Joey saying, my son's still using bonehead laugher. I bet that's you, that, mate. I bet that, because I think you got hooked to it a little bit, didn't you, at first? So you probably kept calling him bonehead, and now it's stuck in his head. I bet he's going into school telling everybody they're a bonehead. That's quality. So ball thrown long down this near side as the US pick it up and pass it back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper kicks it long up the field as Canada head it back in the direction it came from, but the US pick it up on the halfway line as they now try to play through that press from Canada coming down the centre of the park. Out to this near side. And Canada pressing the ball well, but they do win it back before the referee blows for a foul. So, oh no, sorry, not a foul. Ball going out of play. I thought he'd blown for the foul there, but no, ball out of play. So Canada get us back underway as they play from the back. Now the ball chipped forward by Canada up towards the edge of the US box as it's played out, knocked out on this near side by the US, and that will be another throw into Canada. About 20 yards from the corner flag. Joey said it's his favourite word. Well, that's not good, Joey. He's going to wear it out for you, mate. He's going to wear it. I know you like that word as well. So, yeah, hope you don't wear it out to the point where you don't like it anymore, Joey. So, ball out again on this near side. Monaquesta 02, I think that is. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly, mate. But Monaquesta 02 saying, do the L. Do the L? Oh, is that hit the like? I don't know. Is that? I presume that's what you mean. But yeah, thank you very much for that, Monaquest 02. Welcome to the show, mate. Welcome to Football Fan Den UK. Good to have you with us. Hope you're well. Let us know which team you are wanting to win if you've got a preference in this one. Ball again out on this near side for another throw-in. But yeah, welcome to Football Fan Den, mate, and welcome to the show. As I say, let us know if you have a preference or a team, if you're Canadian, American, or if you're just watching this game or interested in this game as a neutral. Do let us know, mate. Ball chipped forward now from the free kick by the US down this near side as to just keep it from going out. But eventually it does go out on this near side for a throw into Canada. About 3 yards from the corner flag. Canada taking the throw in quickly as they launch it up the field, and challenge on the Canadian player intercepting it is blown for a free kick. Montequest 02 saying, you like Sonic Hentel? I don't know. Sonic Hentel, mate. Hentel? You mean Sonic off Sega? Sonic the game, or is that a name of somebody? Is that a name of somebody, a player or something? I don't know, mate. I don't recognise the only thing I recognise is Sonic, and that just reminds me of Sega. So yeah, apologies, Monaquesta 02, if I'm not understanding your question correctly, mate. But yeah, I don't get the question, mate. So apologies. Canada now playing down this near side as they come forward into the US half of the field, played into the centre of the park as the US intercept it, knocking it back towards the halfway line, but Canada regain possession as they play it out to this near side, but The US challenging for it. Now a long crossfield ball out to that opposite side of the field for Canada as they head it out of play. And that will be a throw-in to the US midway inside their own half of the field. Throw-in taken up to the halfway line as Canada reacquire possession. Now they come forward towards the edge of the US box as they come into the box trying to get a shot off, but it takes a deflection and goes behind, and that should be a corner to Canada on this near side of the pitch. The Snipers have been given a goal kick. How's that a goal kick? It took a deflection. Well, I am shocked with that decision, guys. That took a deflection, but yet the referee has given it as a goal kick. That is a bizarre one, if you ask me, guys. Very strange decision. Goalkeeper kicks the ball long now, up into the Canadian half of the field as the US just managed to keep it from going out on this near side as they chip the ball forward, but Canada challenge for it. Can you believe it? It's nearly 3:30 in the morning, but yeah, it feels like it's 3 in the day with the heat. Still rather warm out over here in the UK at the minute. Humidity quite intense. So ball's gone out on that far side. I think that's going to be a corner to, corner to the US on the far side of the pitch. Absolutely amazing stadium, this where the final's being played. Corner comes in towards the near post. It's headed away. The US pick it up on the edge of the box, taking a wild shot, but it's deflected off the bodies in the box and out to this near side as Canada now pick it up and try to relieve the pressure on their goal, knocking the ball long up the field as US intercept it. And now the US coming into the centre of the park as they knock the ball out to that far side. As now Pulisic comes in, crossing the ball in, but it takes a deflection and that goes out for another corner on that far side to the US. Pulisic on the far side of the pitch. Corner comes in towards the near post as Canada try to clear it. And now, the US got, they just got a header on that. And the goalkeeper forced into a desperate save. He just got an hand to that. What a goal. I thought the Canadians were just about to clear it, but the US player just jumping slightly higher and managing to head it towards goal as it goes over the bar. But the goalkeeper had to get a hand to that to be sure. So another corner for the US on this near side this time. Corner comes in. It's deep towards the back post. And the US get a shot. I don't know if it crossed the line. But it was deflected away and the US got a second shot. But the goalkeeper managed to save the second shot. But yet that first shot, questionable whether it crossed the line. The US coming again now down that far side as they've now got in behind the Canadian defence. But challenge just on the edge of the box as the ball deflects away out to that far side for a throw-in. But the referee has brought it back for the foul. Joey's saying it's massive in it. Googled it before. What's massive, Joey? Are you on about this Sonic Hentel thing? What Monoquast has mentioned? Is that what you're meaning, Joey? I'm not sure if that's what you're meaning, mate. Oh, the stadium. All right. Sorry, Joey. My bad. Yeah, it is. Yeah, sorry, Joey. That threw me off for the previous comment, mate. Yeah, it is. It's huge. Absolutely immense. You want it? Have you seen a picture of it inside? It's got about I don't know how many layers it's got, but it's got more than a UK. Normally, a UK stand has about, I think it's normally like 2 tiers, isn't it? Like two tiers, 3 tiers max. But in this one, I think it's got about 5 or 6 tiers. It's a really unusual stadium, but very modern and up to date. But yeah, it is a very fancy stadium. So ball now with Canada on the halfway line as they play it forward down the middle. Now coming towards the edge of the box as they get a shot off, and it's high and over the bar. But yeah, sorry, Joey, I misunderstood you there, mate. My bad, mate. Apologies. So we got a goal kick now with the US goalkeeper as he kicks it long up into the Canadian half of the field as Canada head it back towards the US goal. And now Canada pick it up midway inside the US half of the field as they come racing down this near side. Cross cut back and into the box as the US defenders just doing enough and knocking that ball behind for a corner on this near side to Canada. So Canada with a corner. It's weird watching this game in this stadium, Joey, honest, mate. I've never seen anything like it. You got more fans staring at the phone than the other the game. It just showed a glimpse of the stand, and you want to see how many fans are sitting there on their phone. Corner comes in, it's deep, and it goes well behind everybody and out to that far side, and that'll be a goal kick. So yeah, I don't know whether the fans are taking got the phone out for taking pictures or something. I don't know, but there seems to be a lot more fans sitting with their phones out than we would normally see here in the UK. I don't know whether that's a fashionable thing in the US. Ball played forward now by the goalkeepers. Canada intercept it. Now the US win the ball, but Canada win it back again as they play it forward now into the US half on this near side as they come racing forward now to the edge of the box. Cross comes in. Oh, Canada almost getting to that, but the US defender managing to knock it away on this near side, and that goes out for a throw into Canada as the referee blows the whistle, and I think we're about to have a substitution. Buchanan coming on for Canada. Is it me or are the Americans a bunch of lemmings or what? They're doing this stupid clap thing that the Australians do for the All Blacks. I don't know if you guys have seen it. They do this ooh noise where they clap their hands like that, and it's done in the Australians do it, I think, for the All Blacks, for which is the UK's equivalent of rugby. But yeah, I've seen them do it loads of times. But yeah, the Americans did it the other day in the game. Well, it happened in the game the other day with Canada and Panama. So I can't really say that was the Americans, can I? But it was the Canadians. And now it's happening again in this game. So what is that all about? So goal kick now with the US keeper. Maybe they like just making some noise, possibly that. Can't fault them for that. We all like to make noise when we go to a stadium. Ball kick long up the field as it's headed out on this near side. Now, US win the possession. So Canada pick it up now in the centre of the park. Now you lose it to the US. US now coming forward towards the edge of the Canadian box as Canada managed to put a challenge in, but it deflects out to this near side. and eventually it goes out for a throw-in. Joey's saying maybe that's their way of chanting. Have you heard them sing? I know, Joe. I no comment, mate. I'm trying to be on my best behaviour. Don't get me started. Oh, I know, mate. Don't get me started. I can't help it. I banter them every time I hear them sing the national anthem. So we got a goal kick now for Canada as they play out from the back. I know, mate. Canada now coming forward down the centre. Joey, don't make me laugh, mate. Joey's got me giggling now with that. I'm supposed to be concentrating. Ball out on this near side for throw-in inside the US half of the field. Joey's saying, sorry, couldn't help it myself. No worries, Joey. No worries, mate. No worries. Don't worry about it. I love to have a laugh and a giggles about stuff like that sometimes. But as I say, I'm trying to be on my best behaviour for this one. But no apology needed, Joey. No apology needed, mate. So Canada with a throw-in on this near side, probably about 5 yards from the corner flag. Throwing taken long into the box. Oh, Joey, you've tickled me with that. Ball again out for another throw-in as Canada work the ball back to the halfway line. Now switching the play out to that far side. As Canada now play it back to the centre. Just content to keep possession. 64 and a half minutes gone, guys. Canada 0, USA 2. As a cross comes into the box and goalkeeper Turner manages to gather that quite comfortably for the USA as they play out now from the back, working the ball out to that far side, now up to the halfway line as Canada reacquire the possession. And now they play it into the centre of the park, working it out to this near side. I bet honest Joey, my missus will be chuckling. I'll bet you any money because she'll know exactly what I'm meaning. And with you putting that, she'll be chuckling, mate. Honest, she'll be in the other room listening to me, just chuckling to herself. I'll bet you any money. So we got a free kick for Canada midway inside the US half of the field. Out to that far side. Not like right out to the far side, but not central. Kind of halfway between central and out to the far side. About 30 yards from goal. Taken as the wall does its job. But Canada pick up the pieces now outside the box as they cross the ball back into the box long. And now out to this near side as it's cut back. And Canada managed to get a shot off, but it's over the bar. Joey saying doesn't sound like Canada getting back into this one. Well, actually, Joey, to be fair, this second half, they played a lot better than the first half. They've had a lot more opportunities. They've had a lot more possession. They've got forward more. They've just created more all round. They've just been I'd say in the first half they were sitting off too much, showing the US a little bit too much respect. To be fair, mate, but in the second half, I don't know. Right from the start of from the first whistle of this second half, they've really got themselves going. I don't know whether they got a bit of a kick up the backside at half time off the coach. So we're having a substitution here, and we now got handbags coming out as the US having a substitution. The Canadian players are feeling that the US are wasting time. And now we've got players coming together in the centre of the park because of it. So it did even show us who's actually been substituted on there, guys, because of all that melee with the players. And now the referee's having words. So it was just the US player, number 11, was called to come off for substitution. And he was walking off really, really slowly. So two of the Canadian players came over him and tried, shall we put it politely, they tried to encourage him to get off the pitch quicker. And the US, his US teammates didn't take too kindly to that. And we ended up with a load of players coming together in the centre of the park. We're back underway now, though, guys. It's Canada on the attack. Ball out to this near side as they cut the ball into the box. But the US challenge for it, and they win it back now as they come forward out to this near side, looking to try and hit the Canada on the counter attack, but Canada managed to intercept that ball as they knock it out on this near side for a throw-in. Pulisic still looking for some afters there. Just had a coming together again with another Canadian player. And now the US coming forward with a ball on that far side. Ball just got away from him then, and it's gone out of play. And that we are throwing to Canada about 10 yards from the corner flag on that far side. 69 and a half minutes gone, guys, as we're fast approaching 70 minutes. So 20 minutes remaining for Canada to try and find a way back into this game. As the ball just gone out behind, and that will be a goal kick to Canada. So Canada now playing out from the back as they play the ball out to that far side, coming forward now up to the halfway line as they race forward into the US half of the field, but the US cut out the possession as they win it back now, and they try to come forward, knocking the ball long out to this near side as they eventually intercept it closer to the centre of the pitch. But Canada challenge for it as they win it back, but then the US challenge for right back and they win it back. And now the US coming forward as they come towards the edge of the Canadian box, getting a shot off, but it's blocked off by Canada as they manage to knock it away. But the US intercept it midway inside the Canadian half of the field. So ball all the way back to the goalkeeper for the US. Stevie is saying, you doing anything nice with your week off, Joey? Yeah, great question, that actually, Stevie. I didn't think to ask that, so thank you, Stevie. Yeah, Joey, got anything good planned, mate? Getting out with the boys, or going for a few pints, or maybe a bike ride, or I don't know, go-kart racing? I don't know what, but I don't know. I'm not 100% what you sure what your interests are away from football, Joey. But But yeah, I presume maybe you picked the wrong week to take a week off, though, Joey. We've just had all the sunshine, mate. Now the rain's back. I bet you're pretty gutted about that. Now Canada with the possession as they knock the ball forward on that far side. As the US challenge for it, winning it back. And now they come forward into the Canadian half of the field, working it forward, getting in behind the Canadian defence as Canada with some last-ditch challenging, but as the US burst into the box there, almost getting a shot off, but some last-ditch defending from Canada sees the ball go behind for, I'm not sure, I think it'll be a corner on that far side. Ball comes in now from the corner towards the near post, headed away as the US pick it up on this near side and cross it back into the box as they pick it up on the other side of the box. And now cross comes in again, deflected away, but a second cross comes in and deflected away again. But the US eventually pick up the possession on that far side as Pulisic crosses another ball in and it's knocked away again by Canada, but this time goes out of play on the far side. Joey saying, no, mate, not really, laugh out loud. Look at taking kids camping next weekend. Awesome, Joey, can't fault you, mate. Where are you going? You going to the Lake District? Are you going to the Lake District or Wales? Obviously, I'm not sure exactly where you live, but I'm presuming you live in the Liverpool district somewhere, Joey. So obviously, the most easiest place to access for camping countryside wise would either be North Wales or the Lake District. I'm presuming from where you are. But yeah, that sounds awesome, Joey. I love camping, mate. I'm fanatical about doing stuff outdoors. So now we've got a stoppage for a player receiving treatment. We're also having substitution for both teams, guys. So just coming up to 75 minutes gone. It's Canada 0, USA 2. And Balogun coming off for the US. As Ricardo Pepe coming on to replace him. Joey saying, kids in school, wife working, just had some annual leave to use. Okay, fair enough, mate. Yep, can't fault. Yeah, get it used. Better using it rather than losing it. So we've got a free kick on this near side for Canada, midway inside the US half of the field. Free kick taken as it's intercepted by the US. The first time of asking, as now they come racing forward now down this near side with Pulisic as he cuts the ball back into the centre. And his teammate there tries to chip it over the top, but it goes straight to the Canadian goalkeeper who relieves the pressure for Canada. Now Canada coming forward again on this near side as Davis in possession. And now Canada playing along the back, just on the halfway line as they work the ball out to that opposite side. So, yeah, absolutely, Joey. Can't fault you there, mate. Stevie's saying, cool, Joey. That sounds good. Absolutely, definitely does. Ball down this near side as the Canadians trying to create an opportunity here, but the ball eventually goes out on that far side, and that will be our throw-in to the US. And we're about to have another substitution here as well, guys. Joey saying, yes, mate, just North Wales. It's only a couple of nights, so didn't want to go too far. Fair enough. Yeah, can't beat North Wales. Went there loads when I was a kid, mate. Used to go to Rill all the time with my mum and dad when I was quite young. So yeah, can't fault. Apparently now it's a bit of a dive. Although that's, like I said, that's only what I've been told. I don't know if it's true. Ball again out of this near side for another throw-in. But yeah, Joey, maybe we'll have to try and arrange something next time you go camping, maybe, mate. If you ever go to the Lake District, because I love going to the Lake District to use my boat. I've got a little boat that I keep in my garage, and I love getting up in the lakes and having just getting some fresh air and getting out there on the lake. It's absolutely awesome. And it also gives me some relief sometimes, from the hay fever because I'm on water. But yeah, maybe we'll have to arrange it some point in the future, maybe, mate, and see if we can catch up and maybe go to the Lake District or something together, and or meet up in the lakes or something. That would be pretty cool at some point, maybe one day in the future, mate. But yeah, I do love camping. Absolutely. Can't fault you for taking the youngsters camping. Every parent should take their kids camping. Helps them learn about nature and have some respect, because too many of these kids these days don't have enough respect for nature. So yeah, buzzing to hear you say that, Joey. Definitely, mate. As youngsters don't always, you can't fault them because they're young, but I always feel that youngsters do need to learn that there is a balance that we have to respect in nature. And I think parents that take their kids camping can help their kids learn that. Because obviously when you go into the sticks, into the woods, you come across nature. So it helps your kids learn, and the kids ask questions as well, don't they? What's this? What's that? And why does that do that? And that's how they learn things, So yeah, buzzing to hear about that, Joey. Hope you have a really top class trip, mate. And a safe journey there and back. And hope the kids absolutely love it. Ball down the middle now for Canada as it deflects out to this near side, and the US intercept it, pass it back to the goalkeeper. And now Canada acquire possession on this near side as they come forward now. But the US intercept it, knocking it up the field. But Canada intercept it again as they knock it out to that far side, and it goes out for a throw-in. But yeah, Canada very much in the ascendancy at the minute. They're having the majority of the possession. And the US, I don't know whether the US just sitting off a bit now. They've got that 2-goal lead. But yeah, this second half definitely have been a lot more improved for Canada. Joey's saying, not even going to try and spell the name where we are going, laugh out loud. Okay, fair enough, Joey. Yeah, I know some of those Welsh names are a bit of a mouthful, aren't they, mate? No. But yeah, no, fair enough, mate. Totally understand that. Ball back now with the Canadian goalkeeper as Canada now build again from the back. Playing the ball out to this near side, coming forward. Challenged by the US, and that will be a free kick to Canada on this near side as they take it quickly, playing it forward, but it's intercepted by the US as they knock it back to the halfway line. But Canada regain possession as they play it down this near side, and again the US intercept it as they play it back to the halfway line, but this time the flag goes up for offside. Joey's saying, first time taking my daughter, she keeps asking about creepy crawlies, laugh out loud. Well, I think that's just a typical girl thing, isn't it, when it comes to camping, mate? Once she's experienced it, she'll know, she'll understand. It's not as bad as it sounds. But yeah, you have to tell her that's what. Remember in the tent, Joey, you have to remember in the tent that you've got that fly screen thing, don't you, inside the tent? So you'll have to reassure her, telling her that to remind her just that there's a fly, like a fly zip screen in there, so that you can see out your tent, but the flies can't get in. So maybe remind her of that, Joey, so it puts her mind at ease that she knows that the creepy crawlies can't get in a tent. At least she should be pretty safe in a tent as long as she keeps the fly net closed. The US now regain possession midway inside their own half as they come forward now, bringing the ball out to this near side, trying to work through that Canadian press, but Canada managed to win the ball back, but then lose it on the edge of their box, but then win it again as Canada now come forward, working the ball out to this near side as the US press for possession. But Canada forced to play it back into the centre of the park and now out to that far side. Canada now coming forward into the US half of the field on this near side as they play it towards the edge of the box, but it's cut out by the US as they play it forward up the field now, trying to relieve the possession on their goal, but play it straight back into possession as Canada pick it up again. And now Canada keeping the US boxed into their own half of the field at the minute. The US just can't get out of their own half of the field as Canada keeping the pressure on. Now coming forward down this near side. As much as the Canadians keeping the pressure on, though, they're not getting enough opportunities on goal at this late stage in the game. US winning it back, but Canada challenging for it again, and they win it back. And now Canada have worked through that press. Can they get a shot off? Oh, they just took too many touches in the box, and Canada able to knock it. Sorry, the US able to knock it away out to this near side, but Canada regained possession, and the US still boxed into their own half of the field as Canada play it forward now. As the US intercept it, try and play out again, but Canada reacquire possession, and now they cross the ball into the box as the US knock it away out to that far side, and it goes out for a throw into Canada midway inside the US half of the field, taken quickly, thrown towards the halfway line as Canada now build again as the US still can't get out of their own half of the field at the moment as Canada switch the play out to this near side. Now coming forward as the US intercept it, knocking it out to this near side again for Canada. Every time the US get it back, the Canadians jump on them to win the possession back. And now Canada coming in down this near side as they try to cross the ball across the face of goal. But the US just managing to block that shot, and it goes behind for a corner on this near side. Oh, no, actually, I think it took the last touch off the Canadian player there, actually. So it's going to be a goal kick. I didn't see that at full speed, but can see it on the replay. So goal kick to the US. Still Canada 0, USA 2. 85.5 minutes gone, guys. Joey saying, think she will love it. She loves all the other mad activities I've taken her on. Laugh out loud. Sounds good, Joey. Yeah, you sound like a man after my own heart, actually, to be fair. As I do love going doing all sorts of mad activities myself as well, mate. Let's put it this way. What kind of grown man has a petrol skateboard? I do. I do. That's how adventurous I am, guys. I've got a petrol skateboard and I'm a grown man, middle-aged, and I still love all things boyish, so to speak. I don't know how many other guys my age have got a petrol skateboard. Ball out on that far side. And I think it's actually going to be a free kick for the challenge on Pulisic. Yeah, definitely going to be a foul. Free kick awarded for the foul on Pulisic. So ball on the far side with the US as they take the free kick, knocking it back to the halfway line and eventually all the way back to the goalkeeper as he kicks it long up into the Canadian half of the field. And now Canada bring the ball down as they play it forward now, but it's intercepted by the US as they knock it out to this near side, and it goes out for a throw in just inside the Canadian half of the field. Now Canada come again. Joey's saying, looking forward to seeing that on Wheel Wonderland, Gaz. Yes, it is. It will be going on the channel, mate. Yeah, I will be putting it on Wheel Wonderland. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit of an issue that I need to fix with it. That's why I'm not putting it on yet, because I need to fix it. The throttle's sticking on it, so I don't want to go on it while the throttle's sticking because it's dangerous. Wait, mate, seriously. I'm looking forward to you seeing that, mate. But one day I might have you on it. But yeah, it's good. But if everything's working well, it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But obviously, it's only a small engine on it, so some of the stuff on it can be a bit temperamental, like the throttle and stuff. And you don't want that, because if the throttle sticks, you stood up on a petrol skateboard and it's flying off down the road with you stood on it. You're not going to stay stood on it for very long, as I've found out previously. Honest, I'd have some top footage on the channel right now if I'd have filmed every time me and my mates had done daft things with things like that. But yeah, we'll get back to it. It'll definitely be coming on the channel though, Joey, definitely. But like I say, Matt, it's working. It works fine, no problem. It's just got a problem at the minute with a sticky throttle. But not sticking on the throttle on the hand, it's sticking on the throttle on the actual where it comes from the engine. I have actually fixed it once, but unfortunately it started doing it again. So I need to spend a bit of time trying to get it bob on, so that it doesn't stick. Because like I say, if it sticks, it starts to change from being fun to a bit of a death trap. So yeah. But you'll love it, Joey. You'll absolutely love it. You'll probably love seeing me falling off it and all, because I'm bound to fall off it because I've not been on it for ages. When you've been on it quite regularly, start to get your balance and get your wits about you. But if you don't use it regular, oh, it's dangerous. Oh, it's really dangerous. It really is. But the good thing about it is it's got big, fat, chunky wheels on it, so you can actually use it on softer ground like grass. To break your fall, although it does prefer tarmac. So we got 5 minutes added on, guys, as Canada coming forward, and it's the US still with that 2-0 lead. Joey saying, sounds dangerous, mate. You have no idea, Joey. I've not got any scars anymore. I think they've all healed, but I've had a few scuffs and scrapes on it in the past, mate. But luckily, it is really fun. It is really fun. I've got to be honest. I don't want to think it's really fun. You'll have to look it up on eBay. There might be one for sale on eBay. I don't know, but they are quite rare. As soon as I got offered it, I snapped it up. I was like, yeah, that is an hard thing. That's not going to be a cheap thing to buy. So I snapped it up when I bought it. I bought it off somebody who broke it. And luckily, I've got quite a bit of... I'm not a mechanical expert, but I know enough to get by. And I bought it off him because it was broke. And I had it fixed within half an hour. I hope he's not listening now because he'd be gutted. Ball kicked long by the goalkeeper as Canada pick it up inside their own half, knocking it out to this near side. And now the US intercept it. And Joey is saying, right, Gaz, I'm going to head off and get some shut-eye. Catch you later on. No worries, Joey. Thank you very much. As always, mate, been an absolute pleasure. Really do appreciate you staying up late, mate. Thank you. Honest, I cannot thank you enough, mate. Really enjoyed your company, and you've helped me get through this stream. Obviously, I know the numbers have been a bit disappointing tonight, but as I've said to you before, mate, you've got to keep trying some of these random streams. I've never done this kind of game before on the channel, so you got to try it to see if it works, to see if it helps, see if we get interest. But I'm presuming a lot of people over there in South America, North America, probably streaming it as well. So maybe that's why we're not getting a lot of numbers interested tonight. But thank you, Joey. You are an absolute legend, mate. Really do appreciate you staying up late and your company, mate. Yep, you go and get some shut-eye. And, yeah, I look forward to seeing you again soon, mate. Stay safe and hopefully rest up well, mate. Rest up. Take care, Joey. And thanks again, mate. Hope you managed to get a few hours sleep before the youngsters get up. But yeah, top man, Joey, you're an absolute legend, mate. Really do appreciate your company tonight. Stevie saying, thanks a lot, Joey. Absolutely, thanks, Stevie. Joey, as always, I think Joey definitely becoming Fanden's #1 fan, isn't he? What a guy. Absolutely, what a guy. So Canada now with the possession on that far side as they play it back into the centre of the park. Now coming forward with the ball out to this near side and coming towards the edge of the pitch. Now Canada just probing, but the US managing to do enough. And now Canada come into the box, across the face of goal, but nobody able to get on the end of that, and it goes out for a goal kick on that far side. 4 minutes into the added on time, so 1 minute remaining. So yeah, goal kick. Ball kick long out to that far side as it goes out for a throw-in. The entire US bench on the feet, ready to celebrate. As now, there goes the full-time whistle. So it's the US who win the CONCACAF Nations League, winning Canada 2-0. And we have to give massive congratulations to the USA team. Congratulations to them. They are the Nations League winners in the CONCACAF region. And commiserations to Canada. You guys had a really good go, but it just wasn't to be this time. But hopefully getting to the final gives you guys some encouragement to keep building, keep improving, and hopefully you guys will be in more competitions in the future. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly read out the stats before we call it a night. Stevie saying, oh, what a shame for Canada. Well done, USA. Absolutely, Stevie. Thank you, mate. And is commiserations to Canada, but I think Canada can hold their head high for doing well, reaching this stage of the competition. They can be proud of themselves, and yeah, at least they're going to get a runners-up medal. So that's awesome, and really, really buzzing for the Canadians getting this far in the competition and giving a good account of themselves. So, guys. Just to quickly read out the match stats for you. It's finished 2-0 to the US, and it's total shots for both teams. Canada having 12, the US having 15. Shots on target, 4 for Canada, 7 for the US. Pass possession, 64% for Canada, 36% for the US. Passes, 512 for Canada, 279 for the USA. Pass accuracy, 81% for Canada, 64% for the USA. Fouls, 15 for Canada, 16 for the USA. Yellow cards, 2 each. Red cards, none. And offsides, 1 to Canada, none to the USA. Corners, 5 for Canada and 8 for the USA. So there you go, guys. That's how the game has gone in numbers. So yeah, it's been a great game. Congratulations to the USA. As I say, commiserations to Canada, but as I say, the Canadian fans should be well proud of their national team for reaching this far in the competition. But that's it from me for now, guys. It's been a pleasure to try and give some coverage to the CONCACAF region, a little bit outside of our what we normally do. But as I say, we've enjoyed doing it, and hopefully you've enjoyed our company. But that's it from me for now, guys. Big shout out to Stevie for the making himself available for this one. Massive shout out to Joey as well for his fantastic contribution in the chat tonight for this live stream. And also a quick mention to you other guys, Will Pike and also Soccer Edits and Jacob, who also dropped in, as well as Monaquesta 02. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Don't forget, guys, we'll be back tomorrow with another game as we watch Turkey take on Wales in the Europa League European qualifiers. So hopefully you'll join us for that one. But for now, that's it from me, guys. Take care, all the best, stay safe out there, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.